Hi guys, Coach Bill here. Today we're going to talk about another defense we're going to implement as we come up to the playoffs. It's called the Diamond Half Court Trap. Well, hopefully you guys get my reference here. This is from Star Wars Admiral Akbar. His famous line is, "It's a trap," and this defense is a trap, so I thought it was appropriate. So here's some key information about the Diamond Half Court Trap defense. The goal of the diamond half court defense is to trap a player in one of the corners to get a turnover. We will use the boundaries of the court to our advantage. What I mean by this is we want to trap players in a corner by the boundaries, or we want to trap them at half court where they can't cross that half court line again. If the defense does break down somehow and they pass away from it, we will fall back into our 2-3 zone. The advantage of this defense is we can get a double team and put a lot of pressure on the offense. Hopefully steal the ball, get a turnover. The disadvantage is that if everybody does not cover their spot and the other team are good passers, they could get an easy layup. So everybody's really got to do their job on this defense. We will use this defense in a close game or maybe in the beginning of the games to throw the other team off. It probably won't be used the entire game because it'll probably take a lot of energy to do, but we'll use this when we need a turnover and we need the ball. So I have this defense marked by position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and basically it's it corresponds to your position on offense. 1 is the point guard, 2 is the shooting guard, 3 is the small forward, 4 is the power forward, 5 is the center. And what we want to do, and also notice that this defense we're picking up at half court. We're not waiting back by the free throw line. We're picking up at half court. And basically, I would like to pick up before half court. That's the proper way to play this defense. But due to the rules in our league, you can't guard over half court, so we have to pick up right at half court. So what we want to do in this defense here is we want to force the ball into the corners. So we want to force the ball here, 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 or here. And notice if we force the ball into one of these places, that we will use the boundaries of the court to our advantage. If we force the ball into this corner, that means we only have to trap the guy on 2 sides because you have a half court line and you have the out of bounds line. Same over here. If we force them into this corner, we have the baseline and we have the sideline, and basically we only need 2 guys to trap. So that's what our goal is with this. So let's talk about how we're going to accomplish this. So what we will want to do is whoever's playing the 1 position, the point guard, will want to force the guy who's bringing the basketball up the court to one side or another. You cannot let them go right up the middle. You have to let them go to one side, make them go to one side or the other. So what you might do in order to do that is maybe stand a little bit to the side here, maybe stand a little bit over here to force the guy that way. Once the guy crosses the court and crosses half court and we're forcing him one way, that's when we put the trap into place. So what we're going to do, he crosses the court. Player number 1 is going to come over. First of all, let me put him over here more. Player number 1 is going to come over and trap him here. Player number 2 is going to come over here and trap him here. And notice there's not, and we want to get him as far into the corner as possible, but notice that we have half court here and we have the sideline here. So there's not a good place for him to go with those balls. Those are barriers to him. So once we set the trap, though, we want to also guard the passing lanes as well. So in this case, if player 1 is over here, player 2 is in front of him, completing the trap, we want player 3 to move over this way a little bit to stop this passing lane. We want player 5, who's the center, to move out here a little bit. And we want player 4, the power forward who's in the back, to come over here and cut off any passes down this way. And now, and let's imagine that, you know, the other team, we have the guy with the ball there. We have another guy over here. We have a guy over here. We have a guy over here. And the other guy is probably down in this area somewhere if they're smart. But what's going to happen here is that you're going to want to guard these passing lanes if you're not one of the trappers, and stay in front of the guy who, you know, who's trying to get the ball there in that passing lane. So if everybody does their job, he won't have anybody to pass to. Hopefully he picks up his dribble, and there's going to be a 3-second. It's key here. If this guy puts the ball right in front of you, you can try to steal it, but do not reach in. Do not hack the guy. We don't want to foul in this case. We just want to trap him. Now, let's talk about some things that could happen. Let's say, for example, that somehow this guy is able to pass the ball to a defender down here. So let's say this guy that was here came over a little bit. We'll erase him. He came over a little bit, and somehow he gets the pass. Well, that's fine. We're just basically now player 2 is going to come and shift over here and trap. Player 4 is going to shift a little bit this way, trap. We got him stuck in this corner. Player 1 is going to guard that way, guard this passing lane. Player 5 is going to go back down in the lane to cover this passing lane, and player 3 is going to come over here and guard the back door, so we can't get the ball over to this player. So basically the goal of all of this, try to funnel the ball into the corners here, somehow get the trap, everybody else cover the passing lanes, and if you do this successfully, we're going to get some turnovers. Now, if you look at the other side, I mean, this could go the other way too. If the point guard on the other team decides to go to the left, it's just exactly the opposite. Player 1 will come over here. Player 3 will come over here, try to trap, and everybody else will go to their, same spot on the opposite side of the court. 2 will come over here and cover the middle. 5 will come over up here a little bit, cover that spot, that passing lane, and 4 will come over here and front this guy to stop the passing. Anyway, that's the half-court trap. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we're going to work on this and get to the point where we can try this in a game. Thank you. Hey guys, forgot to mention one thing, so you get some bonus material. What do we do if somehow the defense breaks down and we need to recover from that? Well, first is the definition of how does the defense break down. So if the ball ever gets back into the middle, and in this case, let's say we had a trap over here and somehow the ball gets passed to this guy in the middle here, we have to recover immediately, and I'll probably yell from the sideline. We need to get back into our 2-3 defense as soon as we can. So if the ball somehow gets to the middle, we don't want the ball to go to the middle on this trapping defense, but if it does, we need to get to that 2-3 as soon as possible. So what we do is 3, and this is the most important part, 3 needs to hustle back to get to his spot. Number 4 is already out here. He just needs to come back here. 5 slip back there. And 1 and 2 go to the top of the key. And we're in our 2-3 defense zone. You're covering the area, not a man when we get like this. And we'll have to do it very quickly if they break the half-court press. So hopefully that's easy to understand. And then, by the way, if it was the opposite side, and then we'd have to have the 2 drop all the way back here, and the 3 drop into one of the front positions. Anyway, that's it. That was the bonus material, and looking forward to doing this in an actual game.